week number 1, or well, week number 3, excuse me. That's hard.
It's like they want to. I bet if I'm Quinnipiac, they'd probably rather be in week 1 right now.
This is fair.
But it's obviously, time to make what you have right now. And so far, it's going to be 20 seconds in this match, and Quinnipiac's already swarming that ball on defense, but you got to be careful. That almost was a wide open pass.
We got Blink, we got Jopster, and we got the Dragon, an intimidating name indeed, making up the Siena College squad. Quinnipiac with a nice shot across the bow there from Saber. Nothing to be had though. Speaking of Saber, teammates Soulcake and Ong.
No, it's Aang. If you only seen the movie, it's Ong, but
what?
Hopefully you've seen the TV show on Nick. It is Aang.
This is one of those. There's one of them there animes, isn't it?
Oh,
one of them there animes they tell me about.
It's a that's depending on who you ask. I think it's mostly a Nick cartoon. One of the greatest cartoons of all time, though. If you need to watch it, dude. It's so good.
Perhaps I will. Perhaps I will. No guarantees. What Jobster is guaranteed, though, is a very flashy goal. The number 1 here. About a minute and 22 seconds in. Jobster doing everything in a bag of chips on this one.
Yeah, just carrying it up to the sky and then just slamming it down. Theoretically, not quite a slam down, but either way.
Is this something else you're doing with the anime thing? Oh my god!
No, this is all Jobster right here.
Yes, it
is. His way. If you wanted me to make that reference, flying it like Appa, probably not the best reference right there. But anyway,
Jobster not a master flyer.
He is a flying bison.
Flying bison? That does not sound realistic.
It's not, but it is.
Everything I've learned about flight, everything I've learned about bison, that is not realistic.
Ironically, if you lived in a lot of people in Kansas, where I'm from, they think, "Oh yeah, you guys have a lot of bison." That is not the case. We have some bison. Don't get me wrong, but it's mostly cows.
Mostly cows.
Technically,
what is the?
I guess you could call them bison.
Oh, they're in the same. What,
family.
Not genus, but family, right? Yeah, there you go. Okay. South Carolina public education paying off here.
Mm-hmm. They taste different, I will say that.
49th in the country, actually. The unofficial state motto for South Carolina is "Thank God for Mississippi."
Indeed. But right now, halfway in the game, just about, it's just been all Siena and all Jobster. Just two back and forth. Oh, little missed wide open opportunity, if I do say so myself.
Ong showing up like a hero in that. 2 minutes or protagonist? Am I striking true here?
He is the Aang. Yes, is the protagonist.
I said it wrong, didn't I? I'm sorry. I actually wasn't trying. I was trying to say it right. Aang, excuse me.
It's all right. At least he didn't watch the movie though. So.
I did not. Oh, you're one of those fans, right?
Usually,
you're like super about it, and the things you don't like, you literally better to not even consume.
I mean, just as a general watcher, just as a general spectator of movies and such, you would definitely agree that that movie is utter trash.
I do watch a lot of movies and television.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of movies and television. Back and forth. Checking back into this one. Siena College, up 2-0. Not been incredibly oppressive. It's not like this Quinnipiac squad has not gotten opportunities on offense. But at the end of the day, this has been a goose egg so far. It's not for lack of trying, is what I'm saying. Back on the offense is Quinnipiac. Back to the middle. And gets beat right there. Jobster up to the top. Put on everything so far. The Dragon not able to snap the jaws at that one. Blink comes into it. That's going to be a little bit faster. On the right side. Soul up. Jobster misses this one. Player's a little bit closer on top of that one. Might have been a different story. Might have been able to rocket that one in to make this a little bit of a closer game here, South Beach.
Indeed. I mean, it looks like Quinnipiac's doing their best to try to control the offensive possession, but right now it just has not been happening for them. Siena's just been more controlling of the ball, than Quinnipiac, and that's just a fact. But on the other side of things, it's been a while since Siena last scored a goal here. Maybe they're trying to play keep away, but in terms of some things, this could be thought that was gonna be wide open for a sec, but definitely need to find ways to get more open shots for Siena as well.
I mean, if you're Quinnipiac's doctor, that's what the physician really ordered right there. They need a goal right now, pretty much, to put this one up, and then even if you have to go to the volleyball situation, not let the ball touch the ground, that one is not going to happen. An unrelenting Siena College offense right here scores no quarter. It's a Quinnipiac squad in the second half of this game. Siena up 2-0 in the first game of this series, South Beach.
Indeed, not a whole lot of offense from Siena, but just enough to take away that game. Jobster had 5 shots, everyone else had 1 apiece, but only 2 went in. So that kind of says something about the defense of Quinnipiac. You can see they had 5 saves on the play. Soul Cake with 3 saves, Saber with 2. But definitely, if you're Quinnipiac, you got to get those shots off. You
Yeah.
got to find your offensive identity if you're coming into this game. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, you got to go up against a pretty good defense in Siena, but find those opportunities.
Looking at a Quinnipiac squad, passes is really the passes what is going to get them from some more Rocket League here. That's what's going to turn this not into a sweep, because that's all we really have to go off of after this game number one. When the offense for Siena was just so oppressive, there just really wasn't a whole lot of opportunity for Quinnipiac to come back and score at this one. 2-0 is doable by any means. What that tells me is these true neutral situations after these scores and from the beginning right here might really have a defining factor in our game number 2 in this best of 5 series.
Indeed. Indeed, I couldn't agree with you as much right there. What am I trying to say?
Not sure.
I'm not sure what I'm trying to say either.
That's
But
okay.
as we're coming into this next game, obviously, the lack of goals from Quinnipiac is the biggest problem right here. So figuring out a way to exploit that defense and beat some of the coverage from Siena is going to be key. But it all starts with actually getting those offensive possessions. I think you do not want to stay on defense if you are Quinnipiac.
Absolutely not. In real life, in many situations, greatest offense is a good defense. That is not the case here. In this case, the best defense would be a great offense, something that you can spend all of your time on, and not allow offensive opportunities the other way. Because if you continue to ring these up, they will eventually hit pay dirt. That's a bit of an open net. Blink gets there in the nick of time. Siena College continuing their scoreless. Wait, they have not been scored against yet. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Quinnipiac has been scoreless and almost got dropped on another score. But yeah, definitely there's a few opportunities where Quinnipiac could have kept it on the offensive side. I think really what a key for Quinnipiac that would help them is they just played a little bit faster, and the Dragon able to block Aang's attack.
Saber getting into this one. Now challenged up by the original offender there. Now Dragon putting this up just a little bit too high. The second one is not. Jobster gonna connect here. Correct me if I'm wrong. You got both of the goals in game number 1?
You are correct, indeed.
That means, of course.
So now he's got all 3 goals. And what a great play from that as well. Kind of coming off from the end, off the feed from Dragon. Dragon kind of popping it up, and then Jobster able to finish it for Siena. But right now, once again, and that was going to be a good opportunity for Soul Cake to score. Just need to control a little bit better.
Saber J with a more methodic, slow down, basic defense down bottom. High flying, fancy as it might be, all going to be stopped when you just kind of take it back to the basics like Saber J just did on defense, even after his teammates double commit on the offense for 2 whiffs. Not ideal. Aang getting past one. Soul Cake having to beat feet to get back to this one. Jobster now up to it. Jobster with not a whole lot in the bank, and that's got a good angle, but just a little bit too much to the outside. Saber J. Is that boost taken away there in close? Aang comes in for it. Jobster meets him there. Back to the middle we go. Ball has not really spent a whole lot of time in this middle third here, South Beach.
Indeed, yeah, Jobster able to kind of beat off that coverage. You can see Aang is definitely trying to take over the game for Quinnipiac as best he
Ooh.
can, but Blink has been called to the goal this time. Off the feed from Jobster, nonetheless. And now
Yeah,
Siena's lead
so
just
oh,
increases.
sorry, I was just gonna say that's I mean you mentioned it there. Jobs from the first three, and the first player in this game puts a score on. Still for Siena, still scoreless across 1.5 games now for Quinnipiac, unfortunately. Up until this point, up until this most recent goal, is all Jobster all the time. Dragon, left side, bringing out Saber J. Saber J getting past one. Saber J missing that one, unfortunately. Aang putting this up. This is going to be decently centered. Aang going for the second, back to the middle. Soul K gets a little bit too far to the outside. A little bit higher, would have been able to get a better angle on this one, South Beach.
Indeed, it looked like Dragon almost had a quick breakaway goal, but I believe that was Soul Cake breaking up that pass. But really, once again, the struggles for Quinnipiac trying to control offensive possessions has just been a real kick in the butt for them.
It's fair. Fair evaluation.
A real,
Wrong way right now for Blink. Back pass, not really going to give them what they want. Aang in the middle, Aang in the middle. Not going to really get anything there for it. Little boost, still Chow still wins. Almost gets up to it. Back to the middle. All three members of Siena there very quickly. Now back to their corner. Perhaps the offensive pressure going the other way.
Indeed, it looks like it's going straight back to Quinnipiac. It looked like that was... Who was that? I forgot. That blocked the fast break attempt from Siena. Oh, almost got the goal. It was Saber. That's what I meant to say. Just didn't quite get the possession they wanted. And as we're approaching 1 minute, Quinnipiac, you know,
Oh,
1
man.
minute. Oh, never mind. You know, I was going to say with 1 minute to score 2 goals usually is doable, but 3, you're down 3, and unless you just play like you're on steroids all the time, which please don't take steroids, ladies and gentlemen. Not endorsing that. Plus, it doesn't really help, especially if you're playing video games or esports. So you just gotta play correct. That's all I'll say.
There you go. The metaphorical cracked here is what we're saying. Saber J almost with a very, very sneaky little redirect off the top hood. Not going to happen up in the defense of Siena so far. This is a point where they just need to put it all into offense because losing by 4 right now is the same. They want to go into a game 3 with at least a goal in the score box up top. They are now looking at a situation 40 seconds away from it at least, South Beach. It would be 10 minutes game plan with no scores.
Indeed, I think really just the way Siena is also kind of taking advantage of their all-offense play at the very end. That's kind of gonna be a good kick in the butt for them as well. So yeah, Quinnipiac just definitely needs to play for points if they want to improve their standing position right now, because they've just been kind of struggling getting points on the board. Not just this game, but also pretty much first two weeks of the season as well.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Just tearing down the barrel of another 3-0 sweep. After this game does conclude, this one's over. Might be a goal to go, but not going to be anything that changes the overall outcome of this match up in this game. Numero dos, 4-0 for Siena. Moving on in here to game number 3. We'd have to see a little bit more life from Quinnipiac if they want to stay in this one.
And once again,
One shot attempt.
Once again, Jobster winning that MVP of this game here with his 2 goals, 1 assist out of 6 shots. So missing 4 of them, but that's because also Blink and the Dragon, they're able to take some shots as well for him just to kind of lighten the load as well. But really, what have we been saying about Quinnipiac all day? They just need to score some points. Literally, they've only taken 1 shot in that game. That's not going to be enough, especially when Siena's taking 12, it looked like, in that last game. So
Like 12 total, double digits, something like this. Yeah.
bump up that total. They took 11 more shots than you, so you gotta figure something out here.
It's one of those situations I'd rather have Jobster's scorelines and even be missing, doubling up, only making a third of these, but still having the opportunity, still having that offensive pressure. Looking at it, Saber J looking to get this one going with an early demo here. That is not what I'm against. It's obviously a very frequent trick to be pulled out once a team is down 2-0 in a best-of-5 series. Just pour a lot of it into offense and try to get some of these demos on some of these offensive pushes. If we see more of that, I would be very surprised, I'll say. They utilize this a lot more if Quinnipiac does go scoreless again.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was that the first demo of the game?
It was not the first demo of the game. We had one in game number 2. I don't think we had any in game number 1. Obviously, that one went pretty quickly, though.
Okay, I must have blinked and I missed it. But
I see what you did there.
there you go. I only asked just to make that fun. Now, either way, so far indeed. So a scoreless minute here, which kind of tells how the defense from Quinnipiac is starting to improve. I mean, they haven't given up a butt ton of goals, which they've still given up quite a few, but at the same time, it's better to, not score than to be scored on. Or is that the other way around?
It's kind of like a personal preference, right?
Yeah, indeed. All I know is Quinnipiac will want to... I know Quinnipiac wants to score more goals, and they probably should.
Here, would you rather lose 0-1 and only have like one shot on goal, or lose like, I don't know, like 7-2?
Probably 0-1. It depends how I played at the end, and the last airbender Aang scores his first goal. And do you even get that reference, Mr. Tugboat?
I do not. Not even. I know it's from the last airbender. I know that much.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, yeah. Something
I like
that.
the pinbender. I'm with it. I'm hip, young, knowledgeable in pop culture and things. No, but seriously, love to see that. I think that's also just kind of what happens when you put that much boost and an opportunity into Aang's hands. There's just a simple fact that Quinnipiac hasn't had a whole lot of those. Now they take it all the way and take the lead. First time in this matchup. A little bit of life breathed into Game 3.
Indeed, and they almost ran away with another goal there, but I believe it was the Dragon able to just disrupt that ball movement and kick it up to the side. But yeah, great start for Quinnipiac. Now they just gotta keep it going.
Yeah, if Aang was there, this would have been a different story. That would have been a perfect passes in a point situation. We've been looking at the second one before halftime here for Quinnipiac, looking at a goose egg on the other side. A little bit of coordination issues. Like, that's all I gotta say. Again, on the bounce back, like, why is Aang, like, late there? New ball was coming. This is a Quinnipiac squad that just showed what they can do past 90 seconds or so. I want to see more Rocket League.
Indeed. A lot more. We need to see a little bit more ball action, a little bit more ball control. And that's kind of the key. It's not just, if you want to score goals like that, like the Dragon, it's all about one thing. It's all about ball control. Just making sure you keep that ball alive, floating in the air, and then also utilizing teammates, making sure they're there. And Jobster definitely made sure the Dragon was there to score.
Double defense, no demos, yields the first score here for Siena. Coming off of a 4-0 loss in Game 2, though, I'd say this is a Quinnipiac squad doing categorically better right now. South Beach. Saber, feigning, we'll call it a fake up to that. Yeah. We'll call it Soul Cake doing the same thing. And the weirdest Rocket League play that I've seen in a while is the past 10 seconds.
Yeah, I would say, I'm not sure, but, I mean, kind of playing like how I play Rocket League, just not quite knowing what I'm doing. He probably knows a little bit more, obviously, because he's playing Rocket League and esports, and I'm just talking about it. But here's Aang with another goal, and that was just blown covered from Siena.
That's the second time now. Both of these scorers coming off the back of attempts that simply didn't get there. Blink after the teammate. First teammate missed. Blink was forced to make a play on it. He was not ready. Blink jumps out of this one, even with that seemingly aesthetically larger, notice I said aesthetically larger hitbox in the car. Not going to matter. Dragon coming striking back at this one and cursing them for 1,000 years. I don't know.
Something like that. And yeah, blown coverage. Aang was trying to get there in time. But everyone pretty much on that play for Quinnipiac had the vision of Toph. You probably don't know what that is, but the fans in the chat will know. So
fair enough. That's what we do it.
Exactly.
That's
This
up.
is a mother blown
That's decently-
coverage. Oh my god.
Dang, showing up all day long. Once again, little recap action here, everybody. This is a Quinnipiac squad. They got 1 shot attempt, 0 goals in game number 2, 0 goals in game number 1. Now, Aang, excuse me, just by himself, has made 3 with 4 shot attempts on.
Indeed. And that was just a great wide open play just off the tip off too. Also great clear from Saber to try to get this ball back over to the other side. Quinnipiac starting to breathe a little bit of life here with less than a minute to play. Can Aang still carry this team to the next game and not be swept?
Pop up! Nobody can get there. Another blown coverage situation as the Dragon rails in the third for himself and his squad. Hat trick attained after the 7th shot attempt here in game number 3. Tied up, 40 seconds to go. If we just go off the past, then this is Siena's. If we go off this game, I got nothing for you, South Beach.
I have to agree. Really, this game for me mostly just feels like Aang versus the Dragon in this game. All 3 goals were from Aang for Quinnipiac. All 3 goals for Siena were from the Dragon. And oh my goodness, this is literally a great back and forth match. Quinnipiac needs 1 goal just to stay alive, but Siena's looking to say otherwise.
The overtime situation is what we're 10 seconds away from. Soul player back. That's up.
Oh,
Link coming
no.
into it. Just a bit too high. Jobster again, too high. That's popped up there. Can't connect again. Dragon keeping it sort of alive, but this is grounded out. And we get a little overtime action for the 2nd time on stream. Jobster pinches this one with the assistance of its friend to Aang. Jobster over on the side. Jobster cannot get up to this one in time. It's going too fast, Southeast, too fast.
They've had plenty of times, even before time, ball to sink into the goal and close it out for Siena. And that was an opportunity right there. I think there was no one to score, but it was so close. Quinnipiac, just by the skin of their teeth, still breathing and kicking in this game.
Hook shot attempted there from Blink. 35 seconds left. Right corner touch. Jobster down. Jobster shanking this left and gets it taken away from him in huge fashion. Huge pop-up play. Everybody having time to rotate and get into position. Now bringing it out is Jobster again. No defender back. Soulcake stops the progress for a second. That might be enough. Going backwards there for Soulcake. It does not look good, but Aang showing up right there. A bit of a run right here. That's past one, and that's in. Quinnipiac now showing signs of life, and that is how you get extra Rocket League, South Beach.
And we're going to game 4 with that, and a fitting way for the master of all 4 elements right there with Aang coming in with all 4 goals. Oh yeah, and he even has the right avatar for Aang too, so only missed 1 shot on that entire game, and it was literally all offense for him. Saber all defense, and then Soulcake Live just doing it a little bit on both ends. Now, Siena had a whole lot of shots there. More shot, like as you can see on the stat board, way more shots than Quinnipiac, but just that kind of tells you about the defense from Quinnipiac and a little bit of the accuracy from Siena. So either way, we're in for a real treat coming into game 4 here.
That we are. No clean 3-0 sweeps, neither of these first 2 that we've been able to cover here today. That was, 12 shot attempts versus 5, but 4 goals then made on the 5 versus only 3 on the 12. Interesting stuff. 2-0, 4-0, both for the side of Siena in games 1 and 2. And then overtime situation, game number 3 goes 4-3 for the side of Quinnipiac. This one not over, but Quinnipiac still on match point here. See if this is where it all ends, or if we are pushed into game number 5 in about 5 minutes.
Indeed, and a great stat for Quinnipiac. This is their first set win. They didn't have a set win in any of the first 2 weeks of the season, so now they got to be feeling good, finally getting their first set win of the series. So now they got to try to keep that up and just have many more to come.
Aang hits over. That's the second But wise defense there from the Dragon. Showing up on this one. Don't always need one defender. It's about that second touch more so than the first. Jobster stopping this one about midfield. Little interaction there. Thankful that this one isn't on point because that was not a Soul Cake Live player who was there for it.
Indeed. It was more Soul Cake dead than Soul Cake live.
Seriously. Back into it though. Full 3v3 offense there. Jobster gets a couple frames away from just railing this one in with a downward flick.
Indeed, that was a great save from Eng right there, just competing with Jobster, stride for stride in the air, just stealing that ball. But now, what we're seeing from Quinnipiac is that they're still allowing all the Siena players to just drive around on their side of the field. It needs to be the other way around, and it starts here with Saber.
Oh, Jobster cutting an angle on this one very dangerously, but hey, a dangerous defensive play was required. Love to see it. Centered up, but no comms, so Saber J doesn't know where to go.
Indeed. And now we need to see a crucial clear here. It's actually going to be Eng delivering that clear. Uh-oh, that could be wide open, but Soul Cake Live finally making the play. Jobster just missing the goal.
Not one, but two defensive plays there granted to Quinnipiac. Those aren't going to happen as often, but they still manage to stay 0-0 for right now.
Indeed, they're playing, yeah. We're seeing some pretty good defense from Quinnipiac right now. Playing like they are on a mission indeed. Just making sure nothing goes their direction.
Jobster giving this one to the teammate. Coming down on it. That's going to be enough, though. Dragon striking first on this one. And you can kind of see, this is Siena College. Like, once Jobster comes up for this, Dragon just comes out of goal because he sees where this one is going. Like, kind of anticipating Quinnipiac not being able to cover this one up as much. And then this changes from, like, really only one player up and one player, like, defensively mid, but still towards our defensive side. One player completely on the defensive side for Siena. It's just a perfect transition to offense. Just set this up perfectly with only one person really, really on offense as it was coming in.
Absolutely, and well done from Dragon too, making that goal. That's the fourth goal in a row from the Dragon. Back-to-back sets. Actually, maybe fifth. I don't know. Four in a row that I know for sure. But either way, keeping Siena alive here and trying to seal the deal, as they say back in everywhere.
Real close. Hairy play right there. This is going to be Quinnipiac thankful to get this one out and away from the source of danger. And as I say that, Jobster back up. Yeah, Soul Cake would not have had even a finger on that one.
You know, Jobster has kind of not been very accurate in the shots as of. Definitely has been kind of the star in the first two games.
Yeah, definitely.
For Siena, but recently just haven't seen a lot of the same. He hasn't been on that hot streak as he used to be. And Dragon scoring fifth time. He has been taking over for Siena right now. And a great feed from Blink as well.
It's basically, yeah, just fed the Dragon on that one. Blink put it up perfectly. Dragon is there. They'd played offender instead of ball. Might have been a different story. Again, that's theory crafting at this point. Eng putting this up with no boost in the tank. Dragon coming in it. That's going to be too high, but the rebound might come and sit true. Not going to happen. Because again, yeah, this is Siena College squad that's kind of realized their position. They realize that a lead of 2 is not any real lead indeed, especially after Quinnipiac has still been able to find shots like that, even though it was blocked away. That was last player back, like last person there, just possibly able to even block this one away. And so they're not going to commit much into offense in these.
Indeed, they had, you know, you could play a really, really good Rocket League, but it's hard to score when you're going up against a defense like that.
Dragon meeting. Right now, Quinnipiac mostly just playing against the clock. Willing to go on the defense for right now is side of Siena. Not on point. Dragon will cover this from the right side. At a certain point, even just burn a few seconds, keep it on their side, not even like keep this ball progression going. Might be where we see this game go to. At least not yet. Back to the middle. Eng, Saber, Soul Cake all realizing their position right now. Got to pour everything into offense here in just a minute, even if that means leaving you open in the middle.
Yeah, even right there, as you said earlier, It didn't look like Jobster could have had a goal, but chose to just keep the ball alive, just to carry this sealed win for Siena.
Yeah, it is definitely sealed now. Can only score one. Might be a goal to go for either squad once this is grounded, but that will not change again the overall outcome of this match. Grounded out, this live wire is now dead. Siena College winning out in game number 4 by a slim margin, a similar margin as we've seen already. Game 1, game 4 ending the same way here. There's 2-0 on over. Big difference though is Quinnipiac had a lot more shots attempted here, and the second 2-0 loss, the first 2-0 loss.
Indeed, but either way, Siena still outshot the ball, but and able to capitalize on all their goals as well as Quinnipiac getting shut out once again. But either way, they put up a little bit of a fight here of late, so hats off to Quinnipiac. Taking another L for the season.